Long enough, and I've been running this company now for 16 years, but if you've been here long enough, you know that every product goes up, every product has a peak, and every product ultimately goes down. And the more and more diversified you are, the more and more places for the consumer to be able to interact with you. And so from the very first time, back in 2008, when 65% of our overall business was one product called the Shark Steam Mop, and we didn't even have the Ninja brand at that point, the whole focus on the business was how do we diversify, how do we diversify, how do we diversify? Now that's easier said than done, because there's a lot of reasons why companies don't diversify. Either the consumer doesn't let them diversify, or maybe the retailer doesn't let them diversify, or maybe just in general their skill set doesn't let them diversify. They have a technology, and that technology is kind of core to just one aspect or one category of business. So I think number one important thing to think about as you think about SharkNinja is 34 different unique categories. Just in the last 3 years, we've entered into 19 new categories. 19 new categories. Before this year, we never made in-home slushies. Before a little while ago, we never made in-home espresso. And we'll talk to you about kind of how we take the same product development innovation approach, this thinking about what's the consumer problem, and apply it into solution after solution after solution. We didn't go at it the easy way. Okay, we didn't build nearly a $5 billion business with one brand. We built it with 2 brands. We built it with 2 brands independently, so that in 2008, when we only had the Shark brand, we decided that there was a problem to solve for the consumer, and that problem happened to have been in kitchen appliances. Now, at the time, we were about a $200 million business. And everyone said to us, there's no way that anyone's going to buy a kitchen appliance product from a cleaning company that only pretty much makes one product, the Shark Steam Mop, and we just come out with our first Shark vacuum cleaner. So we went to Bentonville, Arkansas, the home of Walmart, and we came up with this concept, and the idea was that we wanted to be able to give the consumers the ability at home to be able to do something different than what they were doing outside of the home. And that's an important thing for SharkNinja, and it's an important distinction for us to find trends where the consumer is doing something different outside of the home to inside of the home. At the time, we did some very informal surveying way back, and what we found out is that in the United States, when consumers went out of the home to restaurants or to resorts, what they were most excited about was frozen drinks. And we went into their homes and we said, well, why don't you make those same frozen drinks in their home? And they said, well, the problem is that all of our blenders have blades on the bottom. And when the blades are on the bottom and you put ice into it, the ice just jumps up. And you only are able to process a small part of the ice. So you go and you pour more and more liquid into it. And as you pour more and more liquid into it, it gets waterier and waterier and waterier. Until at a certain point, you're really not drinking a frozen drink, you're really just drinking a cold beverage. And so we looked at it and we said to ourselves, well, why do the blades have to be on the bottom? And everyone told us that we were crazy. We said, well, what if the blades could go up the top? And we said, well, how do we do that? You know, we didn't understand, we didn't have any technology around being able to do that, but what we recognized was that there was a consumer problem. And if we could solve that consumer problem, they would be engaged and excited by what we were offering. So we developed a product and we put these blades going up the top. And that was our first Ninja product. It was called the Ninja Master Prep. And what my partner Mark and I used to do is we used to go around to different retailers and we carried bags of ice that we would pick up at the gas station. And as we go around, we'd fill those bags of ice in the stores, in the presentation areas, and we would turn that ice into snow, into fluffy snow. And then we would ask the buyers of these retailers, put your hands into the ice and feel how snowy it is. And they would look at us crazy. Because they'd say, I'm not sticking my hands into that ice. But when we ultimately were able to show them the end output, they said, wow, that would be a real consumer problem that you're solving. And so we launched that product in October of 2009, and that's what started the Ninja brand.